You can hang out with us on irc.thinstack.net. Just join channel Geek.io.
And we're live for up to 8 hours for your enjoyment, which we won't be 8 hours because
No.
we'll be literally dropping the mic that time if we were here for 8 hours.
All right, so we ready to go? May
almost.
You still have small screen spoilers show up, by the way.
I know, I was changing it. Goodness. All right, make sure everything's recording. All right, going in 5, 4, 3. Oh, wait, hold on, stop. Helpful if I turn up the volume on things. 5, 4, 3.
Live streaming provided by Alpha Geek Radio and Alpha Geek Video. Visit tunein.alphageekradio.com to learn more.
You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geek.io.
Hi, this is Dills from The Instance and The Angry Chicken, and you're listening to Geek.io, where you put geek in and geek out.
Hey you. If you're listening to this and don't want to hear expletives, you probably shouldn't listen to it. It's gonna get interesting.
Around here, everything goes. Everything except one thing. Yeah, what?
What's that?
Noids do not have sex with doodles. What? Noids do not have sex with doodles. It's the oldest law in Cool World. I've never had to enforce it, but you cross that line, and I'll slap you around and make you piss like a puppy.
This is the Geek.io Rant and Review with your hosts, CJ Boat, Jared Azevedo, Raul Garza, and everyone's favorite Aussie, Dale Campbell. This week, grab your power spike and ask yourself, what would Holly do? Because we're going to Cool World.
Yeah, we are. This right here is Thursday night, and it is time once again for the Geek.io show, episode number 106, our rant and review of Cool World. Recorded Thursday, the 21st of May, 2015. I am CJ, the 12 Principles of Boob Animation Boat.
And I'm Jared. Did that car have a butt, Azevedo?
I'm Dale. These men are real. Campbell.
And I'm Raul. You're a wackadoo, Garza.
No pencil dicks in there.
No.
Surprising.
No.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So we're doing a very bad job of explaining this, so why don't we let the 2-minute and 2-second trailer.
During his 10 years in prison, Jack
90s
Gibbs
trailers,
created
man.
his own world.
Yeah.
It made him very successful.
You're Jack Deebs, the creator of Cool World, right? Can't believe this.
Now he thinks he's going home to the real world. But he's wrong. Real wrong.
Welcome to my world.
You're not in Kansas anymore. Freeze. Cool World Police. I'm a cartoonist. I drew all this. This place exists with or without you.
Get a little closer here, babe. Give us a kiss.
Go away.
I'm out of here.
I've been waiting for you, darling.
Noids do not have sex with doodles. It's the oldest law on Cool World. If that happens, you call me. I got it, boss.
This is only a dream. Indulge your fantasies. The man is in the bedroom. Are you going to follow the rules? Or are you going to follow your instincts?
You're about to make an unscheduled trip to the other side. Buster. This is going to be the biggest disaster the Cool World has ever seen. Stop! Cease!
Lord, alright, this is just one. Jesus Christ.
I'm just doing my job of obtaining the trailer. That's all I'm here
know. Dear Lord.
I loved that sexy jazz background music.
Oh, yeah.
It was 90s background music, but there goes all of my notes, by the way. But anyway.
We'll just wait till we get to my checklist.
Alright, so on to production talk. First part of the show where we go through a little bit of the IMDb information, discuss a little bit of production quality. Again, this is Cool World, alternative title that I thought of. Guy that is not David Lynch gets high on LSD, thinks he's David Lynch, and tries to rewrite Roger Rabbit.
Damn it, you just ruined my... anyway. Alright, coming up
I've actually got a working title for this.
Yes, I come up with a mashup title, and now I have to think of another one before we get to Tito's scores. But
Here's
anyway.
my title. How about this for title? Bang the Doodle.
I was gonna say Hollywood versus Twin Peaks, but anyway. Carry on.
What about
I
Hollywood
don't have
Twin
a title,
Peaks?
but I have a concept. It's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Looney Tunes went over to Ren and Stimpy's place and dropped acid.
All right. Link to the IMDb information in the show notes because we're not creative enough to make this shit up. So, movie can seen apparently only on US only Netflix because we are awesome. Movie synopsis is a comic strip vamp seeks to seduce her cartoonist creator in order to cross over into the real world. Released July 10th, 1992. Main actors and actresses. Kim Basinger played Holly Wood. Gabriel Byrne played Jack Deeds. Hold on a second. I gotta load something up before I get to the end of this list. Brad Pitt plays Detective Frank Harris. And Maurice LaMarche played a whole bunch of things, and you would probably know him from...
Tonight at 11.
Doom!
You also know. Maurice LaMarche from pretty much everything ever.
Everything. But that was well done.
Everything
so.
that needs a voice actor, it's him.
There's Morbo, there's The Brain, there's everything ever.
But Morbo has better lines to play on this show, and I'm just like, I'm going through a bunch of them, like listening to these like minute and a half long clips. I found that one just Doom!
Yeah, that's what's the dude? Rob Paulson and Maurice LaMarche reading that fan script of Piggy and the Brain with all the horrible language in it, which was amazing. Mother Piggy. It's the same thing we do every night, idiot.
I actually saw them at Animal City Comic Con about 2 years ago, and they did a Back to the Future script read.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But that was well done, Jazz, with the old mute switch there. Well done.
Yes. All right. So, a little bit of trivia here. This movie cost $30 million to make.
That's all?
$30 million in 1992 money.
So they spent $29 million on acid and other drugs. And $1 million on that movie. Is that how it works?
$1 million on that last animation scene. Spoiler alert.
The only place that this was actually released in the box office was America, and it only made $14 million.
America.
But there was apparently a video game made from it.
Yes, for SNES.
I found that video game.
It was one of the first games I ever rented from my local video game rental place when I first got my Super Nintendo. That and Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy 3.
Whoa.
Nice.
Man, I feel young. Continue.
Dude, this Nintendo Power made me really want that game. All right, the movie was originally slated to be a hard R animation / live action horror film. The original concept art that Ralph Bakshi used, wasn't he in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Didn't he just get stabbed with an awesome knife thing?
Yeah, Bakshi got busted. Yeah, poor Bakshi.
Just making sure. Just making sure that's the same guy. No matter.
Eddie and
no
I
matter
were having this conversation earlier, so that's why I know.
He used to pitch the film was significantly more disturbing than what was ultimately ended up on screen, and had character designs stylistically similar to those found in Frank Miller's Sin City. Once Kim Basinger became attached, she and the became ambivalent about the kind of reaction the movie would generate, resulting in the studio deciding to soften the picture to a PG-rated dark comedy, though the ratings board ultimately gave it a PG-13.
So it was more disturbing? More disturbing?
It looked like there was like 2 or 3 different films
going on.
Yes.
being shown. Yeah. Like the.
I'm guessing like
yeah,
the
like-
decapitated heads that would like the never had a voice or anything.
Yeah, like the sketched out heads and all that, right?
Just randomly floating.
Original concept of this movie.
Whoa!
Yeah, they never made any.
CJ just had a
What?
hangout poop. It was one of those where you lagged for a second and then all of a sudden, like, everything came out. I think it was
Well, it's
floating
going to sound great on my end.
head.
It's the reason why.
Got him.
The rest of these are pretty much about Ralph Bakshi and his craziness. Ralph Bakshi was almost fired and sued by Steve Miner for punching him in the nose after he told him the film was being changed.
I looked up
The film was
Bakshi. He was born in
changed to
Palestine. He's a hard dude, man. Hard dude.
Okay.
He's Palestinian.
The film was changed due to a comment that Kim Basinger made around Bakshi and Miner. She told them, "I want this to be a movie I can watch with sick kids in hospitals." Bakshi replied, "Well, Kim, I'm the wrong guy to talk about making a movie like that." But Miner was so moved by her sentiment that he ordered Bakshi's script scrapped and rewritten without his permission, and then he got punched in the face.
And then he got punched in the face, and this movie's still not being shown in.
Yeah, you don't want to watch it. It's
kids.
still not a movie you watch in the hospitals.
Why?
As a Why are you doing this to me?
As a publicity stunt, Paramount placed a huge cutout of Hollywood on the D of the Hollywood. Get it? She wanted the D in Los Angeles.
This is out of my head hitting the desk.
Although they didn't have to pay any fees, the studio still had to make a donation of $27,000 to the Signs Maintenance Fund and another $27,000 to the Rebuild LA Fund. This year, this was the year after the LA riots, and the cost of the 2 park rangers to guard the side 24 hours a day. This publicity stunt, however, get this, angered local residents who picketed and demanded to cut down and taken down.
What the
I can't imagine why a half-naked cartoon sitting on something that is very reminiscent of a penis on top of the most iconic thing in your city would anger you. I don't understand that at all.
No, I don't get it at all.
As of
You're staying on the penis
2013, this is Ralph Bakshi's. This is Ralph Bakshi's last film, though he does intend to return to filmmaking soon, after being annoyed by every major animated film being made with computer animation.
Welcome to 2013.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to the present.
And the present.
Yeah, right.
And the present.
Oh, man. And like the lines in this are they were all pretty much in that trailer that you just heard.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very, very cartoon trailer that you heard.
Just a few more pencil dicks.
And a wackadoos.
There was a lot of pencil dicks towards the
I
end.
did really enjoy some of the designs. I mean, the bouncer.
Oh god, yeah.
That
was a good joke. I like that
The
joke.
bouncing bouncer.
You get it?
Get it?
Yeah.
Bouncer. He bounces on things.
Yeah, let me scratch
Oh,
that.
did you see the Daffy Duck on the billboard?
Yes.
I did.
Yep.
I did.
That's that.
Nod to Looney
Yeah.
Tunes, I guess.
He's actually he's creating a short. He still hasn't done any major films, but he's doing another short in 2015, The Last Days of Coney Island. Ralph Bakshi.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that sounds like a magical romp through a land of rainbows right there.
Totes. Add that to your Saturday night date night movie list or watch list.
You're right. Oh man, yeah. The production on this was just.
It fuck
was
did I watch?
Yeah. It was. Don't get me wrong. I recommended this movie because this is one of my guilty pleasures. And though, don't get me wrong, man, you cannot look at this movie with a critical eye, or else you're going to just want to gouge your eyes out with the sharpest thing possible, very quickly.
I don't know. The cardboard cutout sets were pretty sweet, man.
They were really good.
Yeah.
The cardboard cutouts in obviously inside, by the way. They weren't fooling me there. They weren't trying to. After a while, they're like, "Oh, we're just going to give up on making this look like." But you can't look at this movie with a critical eye, otherwise you will get bogged down into turning this movie off.
Yeah, this is one of those movies that you just want to just take and have fun with, because or just not think of it too hard, because if you don't, then it is good campy fun, and even for Rachel, who's not a big fan of bad movies, this is one of her favorites. Rachel is gonna small screen spoiler show us here. Hold on.
Put it this way: I was 9 when this came. 9 when this came out. Well,
hi Rachel, by the way. Welcome to the show.
I watched it with my brother because it was my brother, and he's like, "You realize this is a cartoon, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, but it's awesome."
No, it's only half a cartoon.
She's got and it's so bad now.
What was bad?
Awful.
So bad then.
Okay, I want to.
So you watched this movie when you were 9.
Yeah.
It explains a lot of your warped views on life, I think.
And your links that you put in the chats too.
We don't talk about those.
Says a lot of that.
So yeah. By the way, the car did indeed have a butt. For anybody wondering, the answer to that question.
The boobs were the flashlights, and they were on high beam. I've made that joke already today.
Yep.
And the headlights.
Yep. High beam headlights. There's just, oh my god. I mean,
there's so much to this movie.
Like I said, one thing that really bothered me for some reason. This one really bothered me. And yes, this is something in a movie that was just this bad. The first time you see Brad Pitt's car come up. By the way, this is only his second movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is
this
was right after another bad movie, and then he jumped into his big jump out role.
Thelma and Louise.
In Thelma, A River Runs Through It.
No, River Runs Through It,
I believe. Yeah, River Runs Through It. And then it just that kind of propelled his career. Now, Kim Basinger, on the other hand, she has no excuse.
She really bothered me. I know she shouldn't have, but she was.
The original casting of this was supposed to be Drew Barrymore, actually.
Interesting. I don't know if that would have been better or worse, but
she would have been young as hell during this movie. Like,
that's true. Yeah, 92.
Mind you, that would have
barely legal at this
point.
That
would have fit into the acid trip vision of this movie better, though. I will say that.
Yeah, it was just really weird when like Hollywood, who is voluptuous and curvy, goes into Kim Basinger, who is not.
Well, maybe that's the point, though.
With a push-up bra.
That's the point. The point is to have this fantasy.
Basinger was born in 1975. Oh, or Barrymore was born in 1975. Kim Basinger was born in 1953.
Ooh. Ooh. She looked like she was about 100 years old in this movie, though. I won't lie.
Yeah, she really did. Let's see. So let's see here. 1975. So 1992 minus 1975. She would have been 17.
Drew Barrymore?
Okay. Yeah, Drew Barrymore.
That wouldn't have been okay. That would not have been okay.
No.
Maybe 18 because it just has her birth year listed and not her birthday.
Ah, okay. Well, plus this came out in July, so she would have had to film this.
Yeah. Oh, she was born. Okay, she was born in February, so she would have been 18.
Okay. Okay. So that is cool.
Not during filming, but that's okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I noticed Basinger like, when she was Holly, her voice sounded completely different, and I was like, why don't you keep the same voice when she was talking? And then I looked it up, and somebody else did the voice of Holly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, what I was going to say, the one thing that really, really bothered me and stuck out is really horrible, and why did they keep that in, was the first time you see Brad Pitt's car, it goes from animation and then immediately cuts into real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they do a weird jump cut, like, and it becomes real. I'm like, wait.
They did that two or three
happened?
times. Like
I thought that was deliberate. I thought that
every
was
time. Yeah, I did too. Because every time the car moved, it did that.
because
like,
he was.
It was real.
I
but
only really noticed it the once. The first time
it pulled up a cartoon and then turned to a car, and then another time when they drove off, it turned into a cartoon and flew away.
Surprisingly, that
I did notice that one. That one didn't bother me as much though, probably because it went from real to cartoon as opposed to cartoon to real.
But you know what? You know what did bother me though, and this is probably a conversation for. What is that noise? What's that?
What noise?
That was really weird.
It's like whoop whoop whoop. Dale's going to Cool World.
No,
hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts. Dale's going to.
About to get Force Lightning right into Cool World.
Yes, this movie came out before I was born. I just want to mention that live on air because that's always fun when that happens. Anyway, what was I saying with that? I don't know where I was going. Oh, the time shift for no apparent reason. That's where I was going with that.
Yeah, the random jump from right after World War II to Vietnam rather to present day 1990.
It was 1945.
So World War II to present times in 1990s for some unknown reason.
And they both looked exactly the same.
I guess you don't age in Cool World?
Cool World you don't age because you're dealing with toon. You're dealing with.
I realize that, but in the real world,
doodles. Sorry, not toons.
Doodles.
Because that would be Roger Rabbit.
Doodles. It was right around the Roger Rabbit time, wasn't it?
Roger Rabbit came
93?
out in
91.
90 something.
1988.
1988, yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that movie was that old.
Holy crap.
Yep.
I didn't think it was that old.
And they did it so much better.
Yeah,
it had Disney money behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no one knew how to interact with the animated parts. I mean,
At all.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No. I'm gonna smoke this cartoon cigarette. It's gonna magically twitch from finger to finger as I move it around.
That was brilliant. What are you talking about? The cigarette just hovering there was amazing.
Because I'm cool.
Because I'm cool. And I'm smoking the cigarette. Hey, at least it's not bad for your health.
I guess they did the time shift
right.
so that they could, show how long, or show that Brad Pitt had been there for a really long time, and that's how he knew everything about Cool World, maybe.
That's my guess. It's the only thing that remotely makes sense.
But true. But it's just, okay. So we're going to assume that Cool World was established in 1945, right?
I mean, it was a thing before 1945.
Oh, okay.
Because
1995, where you drive your car while making out and you don't wear helmets when you ride a motorcycle.
That
right.
That's what you do in the 45s.
That's what you do in the 45s.
Yeah, that was absolutely a thing in the 45. Like that was not at all a time where safety was paramount because we were fighting a war.
And cars didn't have seatbelts.
No, seatbelts. And you could leave bars with full bottles of hard liquor. Just knock it back. Knock it back while you're driving and making out with your girlfriend.
Okay, we say this, but we actually don't know because none of us were alive back in 1945.
No, it was just so over the top it made me laugh. Like, wow, okay.
So in that one, did the driver die, or just like because that bike very much?
Just his mom.
Oh, okay.
Because
Just his mom. Because everyone else needed to exist for God knows what other reason.
He needed a reason to go to Cool World and be lonely because of I don't know.
Because we had nothing between 1945 and 1995. 92.
No.
Well, it's like it was just weird. Like he went into like that's not how PTSD works either. Like
I know.
I don't think that's how drinking and driving works either. But
all right, we're getting into the story, so let's go ahead and take a break, really quick, and we will be back on the other end of it to talk about story and give our final rant and review. Stay tuned.
Tonight at 11.
I got bad news for you. Your t-shirt sucks. You should take it off and buy a new one. And the best place to buy a new t-shirt is www.geek-io.net/tfury. Because I can have a t-shirt, you can have a t-shirt, but you better not get it from anywhere else but T-Fury. I am JD, and I approve this message.
This Geek.io podcast network program is sponsored by Audible.com. Go to geek-io.net/audible to claim your free audiobook today. You can choose from one of their bestsellers or from 150,000 downloadable titles across all types of literature, including fiction, non-fiction, and periodicals. Are you a fan of some of the smackdown movies that we've bet on in the past? Then you can get the books that some of those are based off, including American Sniper and Unbroken, right now at geek-io.net/audible. Just sign up for the free 30-day trial to get that audiobook credit that you've always wanted. After your trial, your membership will renew at $14.95 a month. With your membership, you'll receive 1 free credit every single month, plus other Audible membership benefits. And if you don't like a particular book, you can exchange it at any time with the Great Listen Guarantee. No questions asked. For more details, go to geek-io.net/audible. We'd like to thank Audible for their support of the Geek.io.
Welcome, this is Raul for Geek.io's Gamer Geeks with the top stories for the week of May 18th, 2015. Oculus VR has posted the PC system requirements for the Oculus Rift. Hold on to your wallets. The recommended hardware is a NVIDIA GTX 970 or AMD 290 or similar, a Intel i5 4590 or greater, and 8 gigs of memory or more, along with Windows 7 Service Pack 1 or newer, 2 USB 3.0 ports, a HDMI 1.3 video output. YouTube is launching a 60 frames per second live streaming to YouTube with compatible HTML5 browsers with variable speed playback with 1.5 or double speed, working with Elgato and XSplit on newer versions of the broadcasting software to support 60 frames a second. The Twitch mobile app for Android and iOS now supports access to video on demand from Twitch broadcasters. Android users on 4.1 or higher will have to re-download the app and delete the older version. The live stream schedule for E3 will start with Bethesda on June 14th. On June 15th, Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft, and Sony. And wrapping things up will be Nintendo and Square Enix on June 16th, as well as the first PC gaming show hosted by Day9 streamed to Twitch from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on June 16th. With the release of Batman Arkham Knight next month, Steam is having a Batman weekend sale with 75% off Batman Arkham games, as well as 10% off pre-orders of the premium edition of Arkham Knight. Thanks for listening to Geek.io's Gamer Geeks, and check out geek-io.net where you put geek in and you geek out.
All right, that was Hatsune Miku with Rubik's Cube. I played that because she's fake and people want to sleep with her.
Silence is golden. Yay!
Oh, nice reference.
I'm trying to stay topical with the music, and I'm looking through the BG. I'm looking through the music that we can play, and I'm like, that is perfect.
Oh man.
All right. So this is the Rant and Review segment where we rant and review about the story and then give our Tito ratings and then call it a night.
All right. So, was anyone else bothered by the fact that he got out of prison and the first thing that he did when the guy got out of prison was lock himself in the bedroom? You would think after being locked up in prison, you would at least spend some time outside. Oh wait, he's a cartoonist. Never mind.
He was haunted by these visions in prison. They said that. So when he did the only thing that he could think to do when he got out, which is put them onto paper.
Yeah, and be warped into cool world because that's a thing.
So wait, doing the comic, was that like before he went to prison, during?
No. He did his first drawing of Holly while he was in prison, they said.
Oh, okay.
And that was the one that the crazy hot lady in the 90s comic book store was trying to get him to sign, was one that he did while a picture of Holly when he was in prison.
Oh, and that douchey comic book guy?
Oh boy, I loved him. I loved him. Yeah, we don't talk about the murder. We don't talk about it. Moving on. Let's just squeeze that under the rug.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? No,
Hush now.
Hush down.
See, again, you can't look at this movie, and I picked this movie because we've done a bunch of movies where, like everything except for Hansel and Gretel, we've been able to really take a view at as a critical movie, but I took this one.
Hansel and Gretel, you could argue.
Well, and Wieners, but
Wieners
away.
So
we can't look at the Wieners critically though. That's one thing.
But it's just fun to do these really, like, especially after last week's movie and Snowpiercer still, and what we have coming up actually are two more like stronger. Well, no, one is another horrible movie, and then a strong finish off to our rant and review reboot, Rant and Reboot. Yeah.
That's spectacular.
That is amazing.
That's courtesy of Jazz, by the way. I just copied that over
okay.
into the show notes. Thank you for that, Jared.
Thank you.
Doing my job.
So, I mean, it's just hard to take a look at this at all with any kind of seriousness because, I mean, they didn't make any attempt to make this seem like it was a groundbreaking thing.
Oh, but boy, was it an intense movie.
It was, yeah. There was a bunch going on in here.
Oh boy, it was getting warm in here last night. It was getting warm.
That 90s dancing though.
That 90s dancing.
Oh, whew. Yeah, no, we don't talk about that. That 90s dancing slutterly and just not doing anything.
No.
I'm guessing that's meant to be attractive, but
slutterly. I like slutterly. It's amazing.
What was it that they called her? Sleazy cow?
Sneezy cow, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's, I guess, girlfriend or eye candy, I guess.
Was it though?
Well, yeah, she was supposed to be eye candy. Like that was her entire thing, was trying to lure noids in, and try to get them to sleep with her. That was her entire thing.
Yeah, but she wasn't
and then
attractive.
Destroy the whole universe, or what?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you think about it, and do enough acid, this was like the precursor to the Matrix.
Yeah.
Timeline-wise, it was
Exactly.
too. Matrix was 1993, so that would make sense.
So,
No,
at the end of
This
the
was
movie,
99, dude.
99, sorry. 99. Holy crap. Timeline's off.
at the end of the movie, so she gets punished by being locked in that panel
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
With what's his name, Jack, right?
Yep.
Yeah, with Hero Man, as he's
As
called.
soon as I saw Hero Man, the first thought that Super Toast or the Captain Toast from
Powder
Rant and
Toast
Reviews.
Man.
Captain, yeah, Powder Toast Man.
She finally tried to kill him with the toaster, and that's what popped out.
Well played, sir.
A trick.
A trick, you say?
I don't know. My whole issue
like
with
for
this
kids.
movie was Hollywood. She was just bad. Like everything about her.
She's not
Especially
bad.
when she
She's just
became
drawn
real.
that way.
I know.
Yeah, she
Especially when she
went
became a real
from-
person. Then it was just awful.
A real girl.
But you know, if you're gonna become a real person, you gotta have your initials on your boobs. It's very important, so that people know who you are. And then have
Even though you go to a different dimension.
a wardrobe change
guys
for every
realize
scene.
that?
A wardrobe change for every scene, you know. And
Yep.
And the voice. Like all of a sudden she's Fred from Angel when she's real. What do you mean?
Except
Where did this
not as
accent come
hot.
from?
Except
No.
not as hot as Fred from Angel.
No. I was like, well, what is this accent? Where did that come from? Why dyour voice change so much? Oh, the cartoon version is somebody
I mean,
else.
it looked like she aged like 20 years.
Yeah, she was 107. Her real life form was 107.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like she was like 20s, and then she just went to like 40 years, had like 2 kids.
Yeah.
We're not saying that having children makes you older, but that would
Yes,
certainly
but
be
it
the
does.
trend.
CJ's actually 22.
Well, yeah.
I'm younger than Dale. I just have 2 kids.
It'll do it to you. It'll do it to you.
Would you have a daughter at ages you even worse?
No doubt.
Damn you, Budlong, for never knowing mine and Jazz's pain. But yeah, I really can't say too much about like the story itself. I mean, I genuinely had fun with this, and that's what I wanted to get out of this, was just to have fun.
I had bits of fun. I wouldn't say I had fun overall, though. There were bits of fun in here.
Well, no, there was so many plots and subplots. I mean, there was like they had the girl across the street that like kind of liked them.
They randomly showed up, like
Yeah.
We pull into my house and we show her one time, and then the next time she just walks into my house because that's normal. And now we're gonna join you on this daring adventure. We're gonna steal my mom's car.
Yeah.
Wait, are you 16 or 25 or 30? Yeah, you look 30, but you're
Did you
acting
catch
like a
the mum
teenager.
being a hen? Did you like that one?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That enthusiasm, though. That was nice. That was
When
so
everyone's
nice.
turning into random things, especially
Yeah.
giant scary snake man at the roulette table.
And then the people around the poker table were all bulldogs. I liked that one. That one was pretty cool.
That one made me
the
chuckle.
only
That one made me
at
chuckle.
at the slot machine where they like had one reaction, and they just went back to doing the slot machine.
Yeah.
Like that.
Which I've been to a casino. The casino would be on fire, and they would still be playing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Sad.
SWAT ladies never move at all, ever.
I mean, they got stereotypes right in this movie, though, because this movie is basically nothing but a whole walking, talking stereotype movie. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, it played tropes correctly, at least.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if
it did.
nothing else,
Oh yeah, it pulled those tropes right out of its pocket and slapped you in the face with them, and then
yeah,
They did it right, though.
And
then told you
walked
what
away.
then told you what they were doing, and then they slapped you in the face again, just to
Yes.
make sure.
Just to make sure you got the point.
In a lot of ways, that was very much so like old Looney Tunes. Because I mean, this actually, I mean, if you believe it or not, this actually played a lot of stuff. I make jokes about Roger Rabbit, but that was just because it was right around that time. But this was more along the lines of 60s and 70s cartoons,
Yes.
just made adult. This was an attempt to pay homage to stoner cartoons of the 60s and 70s, but just ramp them up to adult and bring them to a real screen. That's the entire point of this.
Yeah, I mean, hence why there were like Looney Tunes noise going on in the background of every scene in Cool World.
Yes.
By the way,
That
that
was,
opening music, can someone please tell me what that was? That bothered me, though. I couldn't think of what that was.
That was 90s.
Yeah.
That was
It's just a song called 90s.
I thought that was there was a scene, though, that something felt really reminiscent, but it wasn't exactly that. I can't remember what scene it was.
What?
It might have been the party scene with Hollywood being a slut. Oh, wait, I just said that word. Whoops. I don't like that word. But anyway.
Being slutterly.
Slutterly. Yes. Yes.
Get thee to a sluttery.
You want to send your email, please send them to thechefwonder@gmail.com. I'll take the slut-shaming emails, thanks.
Yeah, I'm sorry we're slut-shaming Hollywood.
Was that Spider from somewhere else? The partner, Nels?
No, actually, that was.
I had seen him somewhere.
You probably did because Ralph Bakshi actually is he's an animator. This is what he does. He actually had a series of cartoons that were I believe even Merry Melodies, the people who made Looney Tunes, and that spider was one of his original creations. But just again, just built up and made more adult. He didn't smoke in the cartoons. He didn't do any of that stuff. But it was very much so akin to the kid in Roger Rabbit, which was it was like a fifth-rate character somewhere else. Just they had the rights to it and they brought it into the movie, gussed it up a bit, and made it adult.
I found it strange though that Paramount Pictures was behind all of this. I do find that a little bizarre.
This is the 90s. They were doing some weird shit.
They were doing some weird stuff. But still, look at them now, and then you look at Paramount Pictures was behind... What?
Hey, Dale.
Okay. Things existed before I was born. Yes, I get it.
No. Paramount Pictures is also behind each and every one of the Transformers movies that are out right now. So take your argument and stuff it.
Point taken. But those aren't...
But those make them jillions of dollars, despite how bad they are.
This didn't even recuperate half of its money.
You're right.
Which makes them big piles of money.
Well, I mean, Cool World came out in '92 for us. Dale, he started in the theater last night.
No, I saw it I saw it here in this very room last night. So.
Trying to get a look at movies made around that time. Just so we got to kind of have a comparison. All right. Through the 80s and 90s, generating hits like Airplane, American Gigolo, Ordinary People, and Officer and Gentleman, Flashdance, Terms of Endearment, Footloose, Pretty in Pink, Top Gun, Crocodile Dundee, Fatal Attraction, Ghost, the Friday the 13th series, Raiders of the Lost Ark and its sequels, and other examples are the Star Trek series and strong films starring comedians like Eddie Murphy, Trading Places, Coming to America, Beverly Hills Cop. And yeah, so they had a generally strong showing in the late 80s, early 90s. So I'm guessing this was just just kind of a, hey, we have a lot of money. This dude really wants to make this money, or makes the show. Hey, we also just got pissed off at Michael Eisner for making Roger Rabbit, so let's go ahead and piss him off by ripping off his movie.
Nice.
Because, I mean, even in the Wikipedia article, I just saw that they were making, like, Michael Eisner was a public enemy of theirs. So Disney was in their crosshairs the entire time, like, this movie was being made.
Doesn't Disney own Paramount by now?
No, Viacom.
They will, though, in 2 years. Just note that down, by the way, people.
Paramount Pictures is owned by, like, MTV, the people who own MTV and Nickelodeon.
Oh, we like MTV movies, don't we, guys? They worked out well for us last time.
Oh, that's interesting. The year this movie came out, Batman also came out.
Yeah.
Which
Kim was had Kim Basinger in it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What?
And then 3 years earlier, we had the live-action Ninja Turtles. Just putting that out.
She was a busy 87-year-old at that time, man.
Oh, man.
You know,
working in her golden years.
You know, 107-year-olds need paychecks too. Come on, guys, that's not be too harsh.
You guys.
So 92 was like pretty much the year of the 90s movies. I mean, looking at Wayne's World, Mighty Ducks.
Hey, that has that guy from Daredevil in it.
It does.
Yeah. And Buffy the Vampire Slayer also came out that year.
Yeah. Whedon created his fortune?
Nah, we don't talk about the movie. We don't talk about the movie. Just the show, which I think started in '96, I believe.
I think so.
So everything before then is like not canon.
Nope, no, it's not canon.
Even Whedon said stuff happened. It's not the movie. But yeah, I mean, you think 1992, and you may not recall it very well, but yeah, that was like the pinnacle of the 90s. Like when you think of most of the movies that you think of 90s movies, you think of 92. However,
White
also
man
I want
can't jump.
yeah, white man. Oh my God. However, I want to point out while Paramount was poking fun at Disney, I want to point out here what was out in 1992 from said Disney under Michael Eisner's reign of terror. Medicine Man, Great Mouse Detective, Newsies, Sister Act, Pinocchio's first re-release, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, Porco Rosso, which is a re-release of a Studio Ghibli film, The Mighty Ducks, Aladdin, and A Muppet Christmas Carol.
They were doing all right.
A little movie called Aladdin in 1992, while Paramount's like, haha, we made fun of your movie that you came out with 6 years ago.
I really like the Great Mouse Detective.
Yeah, and because I'm not doing Disney Geeks right now. In the theme parks, Voyage of the Little Mermaid opened at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The first golf course opened up at Walt Disney World. Euro Disneyland opened. Fantasmic debuted at Disneyland. And Splash Mountain opened up in Tokyo Disneyland and at the Magic Kingdom in Disney World.
Huh.
And then I'm finding Disney facts a lot more interesting than than this movie. In video games, TaleSpin came out for the Sega Genesis and Game Gear. Land of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse for the Sega Master System and the Game Gear. By the way, that is one of the best Disney games you will ever play. It's out on tablets right now for both Android and iPad. I really recommend it. It's still an amazing game, and it's hard as hell. Darkwing Duck for the NES. Land of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse. Oh, no, sorry. World of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck is the one I'm thinking of. Not Land of Illusion. I've never played that one. World of Illusion is one of the best games you'll ever play. It still holds up. It still stacks. Stunt Island, whatever the hell that was, and in December, The Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse came out.
Jazz is like, oh, Stunt Island!
I had forgotten about that game. My friend and I, we used to play that game for hours at his house. It was basically like this thing. You set up cameras and like different things, and you run stunts and would film them, and it was... I don't know, it was this weird like sandbox game.
Coming soon to the Geek.io YouTube channel. I'm just kidding.
And people who were born, Disney stars who were born in 1992, you may know some little people like Selena Gomez, Dylan and Cole Sprouse, Demi Lovato, Nick Jonas, Miley Cyrus,
Dale Campbell.
Hey, I was born in
93. He was born in 93. So yeah, back to Cool World, which
back to Cool World.
Let's take this break from reminiscing about the 90s and that movie we're talking about with the penis spike that opens the portal. And
yeah, it does.
That bothered me. Why? Just why?
You put the penis in.
You get Cool World out.
You pull the penis out, and
but it was put there by Captain Hammer,
which is his penis.
By the way, in 1993, Dale, you came out in a great year.
I did
Homeward
come out in
Bound: Incredible Journey, Sleeping Beauty was reissued. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was re-released in the theaters for the last time. Hocus Pocus, Cool Runnings, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Runnings.
Is Cool Runnings the prequel to this movie?
It's the sequel.
It's a sequel. Okay.
Bonkers premiered on the Disney Channel and began its airing in the Disney afternoon block. The 90s sitcom Full House airs in Disney World. Marsupilami premiered on CBS.
Oh, gee, that show. That show.
Hey.
DuckTales 2 for the NES came out. Goof Troop came out for the Super NES. I'm having fun with this. Leave me alone.
And
when's your birthday again, Dale?
November.
November. You share a birth month with David Lambert, who I have no idea who that is.
Lambert.
He played a thing in a Disney XD series that was canceled in 3 episodes.
and Dale. Well, that's...
And scene.
And scene. But back to Cool World for the second time in about 5 minutes.
So how about the end there?
Oh boy.
Man. I really enjoyed the Doodle Ex Machina. That was nice.
That was nice.
He's dead.
That
but
was good.
He was killed by a doodle, or was he? He's like, I don't know. I was stuck in a pin, but for some reason I remember. And oh yay, turned into a cartoon, and we live happily ever after.
And Betty Rubble saved me. Yay!
I liked the very
Let's go bang. Let's go bang, everybody. Everybody's doing it.
I love the very, very end when he...
We're gonna say doing it as many times as we can in this film.
And pencil dicks.
Pencil dick.
That too. Wackadoo.
All right, so do we want to go ahead and Tito this?
Well, I
want to hear Jazz's checklist.
I do have my checklist.
All right.
This week the checklist is...
Hold on, I got a thing.
Okay.
I got a thing.
All right.
I got a thing. Just...
Tonight at 11.
This week's checklist is 90s things. We had 90s music, check. 90s dancing, check. 90s phone, check. 90s slang.
Oh my god, that phone!
90s hair, check. 90s art, check. 90s clothes, check. 90s beauty standards, check. 90s sunglasses, check. 90s force lightning, check. And 90s Kim Basinger, check.
Wow.
It was so 90s. It was just
So,
full of 90s.
oh my god, all of the 90s.
I wasn't bothered about the 90s thing, though. It didn't...
No.
It was... This movie hasn't aged well, but it didn't bother me that it was so engroved in 90s tropes, though.
No, it was fine. That's one of the only good things about this movie.
Yeah, right. All right, let's go ahead and Tito this up. Unless, Raul, do you have anything else you want to say on the movie?
No, never.
All right, so then let's go ahead and start our Tito ratings. This is our obligatory scale. Stands for trannies in the Outback, but we don't really talk about that because it's not PC anymore. But they're still Titos. Raul, what are you giving it?
I'm giving it a solid 2.
All right. All right, Jazz, what are you giving it?
All right,
Solid couple of trannies.
I really tried to enjoy this movie, but I did not enjoy this movie at all. I tried. I did, and I appreciated what it was trying to do. So I'm giving it a solid 3.5.
All right, and Dale.
You know, this movie is weird. This movie was so... What the fuck did I just watch?
Yes, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of that. Feeling uncomfortable the entire time you were watching it? Is that what they were going through?
Particularly now that I'm at a standing desk. I was standing the entire time.
Pretty sure I just saw that cartoon's butthole, and that weirded me out.
That weirded me out, and the fact that moaning. The fact that the guy was moaning in that sex scene. We haven't even brought that up. And his mouth wasn't moving.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, we have an explicit bumper. It's fine. Look, this movie was
awful.
Viva Las Vegas crossed.
Better than Wieners.
Crossed. It was Viva Las Vegas crossed with elements of and the acid trips of Nightmare on Elm Street, and for that, I'm going to give this movie a 3.
Oh, man. You remember 2 weeks ago when you guys gave Hawkeye and Pretty Lady high scores, and I gave it a 1.5?
Hey, okay, no, about
I'm giving
that.
this movie a 6. I really had so much fun rewatching this movie.
I can see that. This movie...
small bits of fun watching this movie.
Well,
I had
okay.
a lot of
But I
fun.
kept checking my watch. I kept looking up stuff on my phone. I was like, man, this
is not as bad as Beast Wars, by the way. When we did in the original Rant and Review.
I flippin' love
Beast Wars
What
is
are you talking
awesome.
about?
What are you talking about?
You gave it a 5.5.
I gave it a 6 or a 7. I can't
You
remember.
gave it a 7. Whoever
7.
was a guest was that week gave it a 5. Budlong gave it a freaking 4.5. Rachel gave it a 0, and I gave it a perfect 10.
Okay, 10 is a bit much, you gotta admit.
Yeah, 10,
No,
10
dude, that is an
over the
amazing
top.
show. You shut your mouth.
I gave it a 7. That was the second highest score. I liked Beast Wars.
All right, yeah. I mean, I genuinely, it helped that I watched a bunch of this with Rachel, and we watched it like we did when we were kids, and it was a lot of fun. I kind of almost, if I would have had more time and I would have thought about it, I was thinking about getting the Cool World game and playing it on Twitch while we were doing this show, but I didn't think about it in time.
Okay, yeah, and about Hawkeye and that other pretty Bond lady. That movie was just laughable because it was just so bad. This was just very uncomfortable. And if they tried to poke fun at themselves, it would have been
giggle at its uncomfortableness. Like it was.
Yeah.
It didn't push me that far. It just made me feel uncomfortable. I didn't get to the so uncomfortable it's giggling.
And before
I
people mentioned the fact that you know, boobs aren't my thing. Before people say that, it's not that. Because gay or straight boobs are great, and I've said that my entire life. But anyway, moving on.
Gay or straight.
All right, glad we know where we stand.
Exactly.
CJ, were you the only one that had seen this, like, when you were younger?
Yeah, I saw this. I saw this growing up. I mean, I saw this when I was. Let's see, I saw it on VHS about a year after it came out.
Okay. I think that might be coloring us because it's like.
Yeah, so you were also 9 or 10 when you saw this.
Yeah, I was around 9 or 10 when I saw this, and boobs were awesome, and I probably could account this movie to my sometimes sick addiction, and I don't really like admitting this, but to anime, and because reasons.
Oh, if this movie was on TV and it was a Saturday night and I had a couple of friends over, boy, would I put this on in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, dude, and that's one of the things that I grew up. When I had this was one that I actually totally this might have been my first thing that I technically pirated, because I had 2 VCRs that I connected together through hackery into one box, and this is what I did growing up. I didn't have a lot of money, so I just went through junk files and fixed a bunch of broken shit. And welcome to Geek.io. I fixed broken shit.
ProXPN.com.
All right.
Check out.
But I watched this with. This was a couple years later, and I'm not going to get too deep into the story, but I watched this with my SO at the time. And we just had a freaking amazing time with it. It was amazing. All right, so now that we have given our Tito ratings, the average score on this one is, drumroll please, better than Wieners.
Better than Wieners.
You ruined the average.
3.63.
It still would have been better than Wieners. Without CJ's score, anyway.
And I was expecting to be one of the lowers. That's fine.
Well, I mean, it is one of the lowers. I mean, we have Wieners at 2, and then.
No, I expected my personal score to be the lowest, but based on Dale's comments.
Raul apparently really hated this movie.
Oh, this movie.
All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up like you should when doing it with Hollywood. You can reach the show at twitter.com/geekio show, facebook.com/geekio show, our site which has everything on it, geek-io.net. You can also contact the show via email at geekioshow@gmail.com, or you may phone us at 727-489-4335. That is 727-489-GEEK. Also, remember, we record Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern over at geek-io.net/live. Mobile listeners always can tune in at tunein.alphageekradio.com.
Alrighty, next week on the Rant and Review, we're watching.
Man.
I was really hoping to avoid this movie.
Well,
it has been
hold
on my watch list since it was released, so I've got to watch it eventually.
Mine too, but at the same time, I really don't want to. So let's go through. Hold on.
Mediocre movie ever.
Hold on. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking of.
Let's still do it anyway.
What about Men in Black 2? Let's do Men in Black 2.
Let's not do that movie, thank you.
What?
I prefer to watch.
You're no longer my friend.
Sure, you want to watch Men in Black 2, CJ? That has the chick from Twin Peaks in it.
Yeah, I know. She's weird, but
she's
still.
wrapped in plastic. So yeah, I got that.
Wrapped in plastic. Not that chick. Not that chick.
Ah, not that chick. All right.
How about Star Trek Into Darkness?
Oh, actually,
that's a good movie.
Underworld. Hot Fuzz. No, not Hot Fuzz, because fuck Simon Pegg. Stardust.
Oh my gosh.
Catching Fire.
I've got a movie. Let's watch Crime Force.
Crime Force. World War Z with Brad Pitt in it. Brad Pitt's in World War Z. We should watch that one.
Elite Squad. There's another movie we can watch.
Brad Pitt.
World War Z.
That's another movie we can watch. Elite Squad.
Forget this. Forget the interview. We're doing World War Z next week.
Do we want to do 2 Brad Pitt movies in a week?
Yes!
Oh, boy.
Gotta have the Brad Pitt connection. We did 2 Chris Evans movies almost in a row, so.
And 2 the Hawkeye movies. Actually, that we're doing alright.
We did 2 Hawkeyes in a row. Look at that.
Yeah, we did. There you go.
Alright.
You can also watch, apparently, Dragonheart 3. There's a Dragonheart 3, guys.
Let's do that. Let's do that. I would have seen Dragonheart 3.
Oh my god, Zombievers.
Oh, I saw that.
What?
I'd rather watch Wolf Cop or whatever was on the list at the beginning.
Elite Squad. I'll watch that movie again.
Blues Brothers, Galaxy Quest, any of the Bleach
Galaxy
movies?
Quest. I love Galaxy Quest.
No, this won't work.
Galaxy Quest.
You've never we gotta watch it then. Dude, that
Alright,
movie's
that's
amazing.
Galaxy Quest then.
Galaxy
Redoing
Quest.
my redo, we're doing Galaxy Quest.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What's Galaxy Quest about?
Okay, next week on Geek Rant and Review, Galaxy Quest. Decades after the success of the sci-fi series, the show's washed-up stars are recruited by actual aliens to pull off intergalactic rescue missions. According to
Welcome to Behind the Curtain, everyone.
Welcome to CJ doesn't want to watch a movie, so he has ultimate control of
I don't want to watch the interview. I'm not gonna lie, I put it on there because it was supposed to be one of the movies that you should watch. I'm just like, as you're getting closer and closer to getting ready to read, I'm like, man, I really don't want to read. I really don't want to.
My enthusiasm didn't help, mind you. I
freaking hate Seth Rogen with a passion. Like,
Also,
I cannot stand him.
Spoiler alert: my Tito for that score would have been a 5 anyway, because I heard that The Interview was the most mediocre movie in the world. So.
The most solid 5 you can possibly give.
The best 5 the best 5 ever.
So Jazz talked us into Galaxy Quest. Just as a little heads up before we get into the SmackDown, because I also didn't write the things in here. Dale, quick, I'm vamping. Get me numbers. Just a heads up on a little bit. Okay, Jazz, quick, put the numbers in there so I know what to read.
I'll just read them off of the website that I built for everyone if you'd like.
So, are they up to date as of today? Make sure that the numbers are right.
I updated them before the show started.
Yes.
All right. So I'm still going to give a little vamping here. Just a heads up, we're going to do 2 more movies. We were going to do 3 more movies in the Summer Movie SmackDown, but since I actually revealed this last night on the Galactic Netcast Sci-Fi Geeks Club, go to galacticnetcasts.com for that. Just a little bit of heads up, we're going to do 2 more of these rant reviews, and we're going to take a week off and just do kind of a first show with Raul not doing anything. and do a normal show, and then the week after that we're gonna have Andy back, and we got a review copy of Princes of the Apocalypse from Wizards of the Coast. I can talk because I've had alcohol in me. Wizards of the Coast, and we are going to introduce everybody but myself and Andy to Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to do a live play podcast every other week for at least a month or two, depending on how much you guys like it, between the players and the listeners. We can continue doing it. It goes up to level 15, which could take us freaking a year.
No, thank you.
How do you know?
CJ gets tired of us all and just TP total party kills us.
Well, yeah, CJ gets tired of things really easily. Hence why he swapped out the interview for another movie. Oh, zing!
Getting awful tired of an air genasi already.
Oh, and the Flatland, mind you.
So yeah, we're gonna be doing some D&D 5th edition real play podcast every other week. Starting on the...
So the 4th is the final Rant and Review, correct?
Yes. And then we're going to start this on the 18th.
The 18th, okay.
It's the same time that we were going to start it before we actually cut a movie out, but Dale said we should have probably a week between specials.
Just to kind of just to break it up a little.
We weren't going to. We had another movie in there. We had 51st Dates in here to do, and then I'm just like, you know what? Dale is right. I need to find a way out of this. And I deleted the interview like 5 times. I'm not going to lie.
I'm glad you cut 51st Dates, though.
And the only reason why I cut 51st Dates is because I've seen it a lot. And that is one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies. I'm just like, I've seen this so many times, and my score would be so biased on it that it probably wouldn't be so much fun to review.
No,
so
same
I cut that.
Same dude, yeah. I'm right there with CJ this too.
51st Date more than...
Okay. The last time I watched 51st Dates was admittedly in 2008. So.
And I said one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies. My favorite Adam Sandler movie is the Longest Yard. Longest Yard is my favorite Adam Sandler movie, mainly because he is being as little Adam Sandler as he possibly can be.
Nice.
All right, so moving on to...
The Summer Movie Smackdown Update.
And with the soundboard has spoken. All right, so don't have any witty comments, so right into the rankings. Dale is in first place. Wait, Dale's in first place?
Yes, I am. Yeah,
He's
boy.
got like 2
What?
movies.
I got 2 movies running at the moment because they opened on different weekends.
With $6.5 million. Raul is in second place with $6.2 million. I am in third place with $3.8 million. And Mara is in fourth place with $3.1 million.
Jared, Azevedo, Melissa, and Jared. Not long as still took.
Yeah, nothing from us yet. Hot Pursuit's going to fall off tomorrow. And then
that made like 20
Tomorrowland.
bucks, right?
Yeah, that made nothing.
But it was enough to get
Hot
Dale
Pursuit
bumped up above.
Made $2.5 million value. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it did all right for what
For
he paid for it.
$10, I had an alright buy. All right.
What made Dale jump up so much? Was it freaking
Pitch Perfect 2?
Pitch fucking Perfect.
I paid $21
Pitch
for
Perfect
it,
2
and
is
it made
nice.
$84 million so far.
The fuck?
We got Poltergeist and Tomorrowland. So another movie from Raul and
Mad Max, Fury Road, and Pitch Perfect 2 are still rolling at the moment.
Oh yeah.
We'll see if Mad Max picks up some steam. Pitch Perfect's probably gonna drop a little.
It's going to drop a little. Mad Max, I hope, gets a bit of steam. I've heard nothing but rave reviews about that thing.
Yeah, just because there's so much.
It has a 98% right now.
Yeah, and it's got so much positive stuff behind it. I'd expect it to gain a little momentum.
Mm.
We'll see.
Yeah.
You know what else gains momentum?
The Geek IO website. There's stuff there. You should go
Yes!
check it out. The only thing I know of is we just, or have we posted the latest Small
I
Screen
posted
Spoilers
it last night while I was on Galactic Netcasts Sci-Fi Geeks Club at galacticnetcasts.com.
Oh, okay. Where we talked about the
I promised Dave I would mention it a bunch of times.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2 finale. And we got 2 more episodes of Daredevil, and then coming up next week, Small Screen Spoiler Show will be the last episode for the quote-unquote season. And we're going to do the last 3 episodes of Daredevil.
Unlike other shows on the network, we actually have defined seasons.
But, you're fiscally responsible for that, so you have fun with that.
You are.
Fisk, whatever.
Fisk.
Dale does Daredevil.
That's his sluttery and his clappery or whatever. Slappery.
No, slappery!
Sluttery and slappery.
Though I can't lie that Dale and I and maybe Rachel might do a special on like all of Orange is the New Black coming up.
Do we want to do? Okay, we'll talk about that
okay
later.
with that. If y'all want to do special episodes where you talk Game of Thrones or Orange is the New Black or any of those other shows that I don't watch, then go for it.
Yeah, we'll probably do some of that through the summer. But the official show is going to be off the air until probably October.
Oh.
Wow. Long break. Whenever S.H.I.E.L.D. comes back is probably when we'll start back up. Just so you know, guys.
Probably.
Okay.
That's a good indicator.
It's a good indicator.
Oh, and also please remember to visit our Patreon site over at patreon.com/geekio to help us out with a small monthly donation. If you think we're worth $5 for all of our content, we'll give you and your site/call/whatever a shout out at the top of our show. If you think we're worth $10, we'll read a Twitter link post for you.
We will. Anyone you want. You can even request who reads it.
And in one voice.
If you don't request, it'll probably be CJ. But
yeah.
But we can be heard on Stitcher Radio. Just search for Geek.io to help us out if you do, as well as on iTunes. Be sure to leave us an honest review, and we'll gladly read it on the show. Yeah.
Yeah, we will. Show title candidates. Scrolling up past the actor list for episode number 106. Rant and Review of Cool World. Hollywood versus Twin Peaks. She wanted the D. So many pencil dicks. Bang the Doodle. She isn't real and people don't want to have sex with her. Dancing Sluttery. Scare Snake Man at the roulette table. Slot ladies never move. Big piles of Transformers money. The pinnacle of the 90s. Better than Wieners. And 2 Hawkeyes in a row. Which relates back to the slot machine ladies.
My new text bumper may in fact be maybe Dale saying too many or bang the doodle. That might be my new.
Well, my text thread is CJ saying I don't see how that's a party. So it's.
I don't see how that's a party.
Do you think I'm joking? That is literally what.
He's not joking.
I'm not joking.
Oh,
that's a party.
That made me laugh so hard. I can't. There's no way.
I might have to cut that out and replace my. Would that be vain to have myself as a text tone?
That would be vain. Just I'll have it. Don't worry.
Okay. You'll greet me off the airplane in January and just have that.
Exactly.
Playing.
I'll put it on I'll put it on an old school '90s boombox and just play it like. Don't you bang the doodle.
No, but it'd be more like, oh, you gotta bang the doodle. I'll have that. Have that one too. Have that one for free.
Oh, I should. God damn it. I was supposed to be doing something during this instead of laughing historically, or hysterically.
You were telling us that you're on a podcast, weren't you? And people should go check that out.
Oh yeah, and all joking, I did a guest spot on the Sci-Fi Geeks Club over at galacticnetcasts.com. I'm not sure when it's going up for podcasts, but when it does, I have permission to put it up on the on our site. So I might just go ahead and slip it into our feed here Just to have it because I like to do that for the few times that I am, or that one of us does something else.
Slip it into our feed. How you gonna do it?
All right, so
Won't even notice if you slip it in.
Andrew Allen pipes up. That means it is time for us to go to bed.
Aww.
Indeed.
But it's too early.
Or Dale to go to work.
Dale to go to work. Hey, you know, it's like we kid, but I'm a shift worker, so that's even strange to say for people here. So there's that.
Dale's a night nurse.
Night nurse. I bang the doodle.
All right, folks. On that note, we will see you next week, where we talk about probably Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest interview.
All right, folks. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
This has been a Geek.io production. Copyright 2015. Geek.io. Geek and Geek.